Noswaith, good evening. Welcome, Croso. Welcome to this live event. It's our live question and answer session all about support services at Coleg Cambria. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Really pleased that you've come and joined us. And hopefully we'll be answering all the questions that you may have around support here at the college. And how we can work with you to make sure that whether you're an existing learner with us currently or whether you're thinking about joining us next September, maybe even in a few years' time, what we can do to support you into coming into the college. So I'm not here alone. I'm here with a fantastic panel of people. But just before I introduce you to everybody, or they'll introduce themselves, just to tell you what's going to happen over the next hour or so, I think just under an hour. Hopefully you will get involved and send us in any questions you might have. You can do that through your YouTube or through your Facebook, your social media device. Send in your questions. Any questions you have, we'll try our hardest to answer them. If you do forget or you think later on, don't worry, because you can contact us through your social media and we will get back to you within the next day or so. So don't worry if you think you've forgotten any questions. But without any further ado, I will introduce you to the panel. Introduce myself first. My name's Lizzie Stevens. I'm Head of Inclusion at Coleg Cambria, so I'm responsible for learning support, specialist support, equality and diversity, and mental health and wellbeing. So I'm going to pass you on to the person I see next on my screen, which is Emma. Emma, do you want to introduce yourself and tell our lovely viewers a little bit about what you do?
Sure, thanks, Lizzie. Yes, hello, Noswaith. I'm Emma Steadman. I'm Library and Academic Skills Manager. So I oversee the libraries across all of the sites. So any questions library related or anything to do with books or how to access resources or academic support, they'll be coming my way.
Brilliant. Thanks, Emma. Thank you very much. And thanks for joining us this evening. Sean, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, so I'm Sean Finnegan. I am a learning support manager. Essentially, I'll oversee learning support and specialist support, as Lizzie was discussing earlier. So any questions around things like dyslexia, ADHD, anything like that, please just get in contact. Diolch.
Diolch. Thanks, Sean. Bethan, you're next.
Thank you, Lizzie. I'm Bethan Charles and I'm Head of Learner Services. As part of that, I look after student services, whereby we look after all the college transport, funding, information, advice and guidance, just as a point really for any sort of information about the college, any sort of inquiries. Thank you.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Bethan. So if you do have any questions for Bethan around student services, please do pop them into your device and we will send them over to Bethan to answer. Rona, you're next on my screen, if possible.
Noswaith. So I'm Rona. I'm the Learner Experience Manager, and I work with a fantastic team who will keep you occupied at college. If you come to Coleg Cambria, there's so many different things that you can do and get involved with. So it could be anything from Active Cambria, getting you more active and healthy, taking part in different clubs and societies, setting those up. If you want to be a student rep, you can do so. We have a debating society as well that the reps love. We've got a really strong student voice at the college. So we really encourage all students to have a say in the college and how it's shaped and how it works and who we're answerable to as well. Very conscious of that. You can do Duke of Ed here. You can be part of entrepreneurial activities, we're setting up 3 Christmas markets at the moment. There's one starting tomorrow. There's a whole host of things that you can do, from competitions like skills competitions and like representing the college. We really do keep you busy, and we stretch and challenge you and make sure you have fun.
That's brilliant. Thanks so much, Rona. And it's true, you do a huge amount. So if you've got any questions, you've joined us this evening, you've got any questions around what else there is to do at the college, please do pop them in, and Rona will answer those for you. Ellen, over to you.
Hello, noswaith dda. So my name's Ellen. I'm a curriculum director for Welsh Skills. So when you come to us here in Coleg Cambria, I'm here to help you with all your Welsh needs. That's if you already siarad Cymraeg and you need to build on your Welsh skills that you already have. Or maybe you've got no Welsh skills and you come to us at college and you can start dysgu Cymraeg with us here in Coleg Cambria.
Diolch. Thank you, Ellen. That's wonderful. And just to say as well, if you want to pop your questions in, if you're a Welsh speaker, please do pop it in through the medium of Welsh, and we will answer them in return in Welsh. So thank you for that. Alice, you're next.
Hello, I'm Alice. I'm the Equality and Diversity Coordinator here at Coleg Cambria. So that means I support students with anything related to their identity, be that your age, your race, your religion, gender, sexuality, disability, basically anything that makes you you. So any questions around that, send to me.
That's brilliant. Thanks very much, Alice. And last but definitely not least, Arian, would you like to introduce yourself and say what you do at the college?
Good evening. My name's Orion Gabardi, and I'm one of the wellbeing advisors in college. So I'm part of the mental health and wellbeing team. So I'm here to support any learners around any mental health and wellbeing needs, and we'll try and find the most appropriate support around there.
Brilliant. So if you are thinking about joining us in September, or if you currently are with us and you have any questions with regards wellbeing, then Orion's definitely the person to ask. So please do pop the questions in. But just to say as well, if you don't feel comfortable asking the questions here tonight, then don't worry, you can send us your questions and we'll tell you a little bit about how to do that as we go through the evening. So thank you. As I said, please do send us your questions. Without your questions, then we won't have much to answer. We have had a few questions already in, but I'm going to start with Megan. Megan, thank you so much for joining us this evening. And I'm not sure if you're a potential learner or whether you are currently with us. I'm guessing you might be thinking about coming to the college, so you want to know about support for additional learning needs. So I'm going to go to Sean first, if that's all right. Sean, are you able to answer Megan?
Absolutely. Hi, Megan. So in terms of that question, there's loads of support available. So right throughout the learner journey, essentially. So from the point of application, so we do things over summer, such as like transition events to support you actually coming into college. And then when you do start as well. So we have got a range of support available, including autism mentors, specialist tutors, lead inclusion. So there's loads of people available here to help you. If you've had things like exam access arrangements in the past, again, we can put those in place. So if you've had something like extra time in the exams, when you do get to college, you can speak to the specialist tutors who can support you with getting those in place as well. We also do lots of support in terms of training of staff. So actually, what we're looking at is a really inclusive college as opposed to just an inclusion team. So a lot of the staff that would be teaching in college as well also have a really good understanding of how they can support learners in class as well. So we have lots and lots of opportunities, and we're happy to discuss more. If you have got specific questions around any specific need that you may have, get in contact with us and we can follow up on that separately. But yeah, hopefully that's a bit of an overview.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Sean. Hopefully, Megan, that's given you the answer to your question. However, if you do think of something later or you want to know more, please do contact us. If you have an IDP, an individual development plan, or an education, health and care plan and want to know specifically about that, then it's aln@cambria.ac.uk. But if you want to know about what learning support and what Sean's just been chatting about, it's learning.support learning.support@cambria.ac.uk. That's learning.support@cambria.ac.uk. And Megan, if you prefer to give us a call, please do, because we love getting phone calls. And if you prefer to speak to us on the phone, then you can call us. And the number is 0300 3030 007. That's 0300 3030 007. So feel free to give us a call. Alternatively, if you wanted to come and have a chat, that's also absolutely fine. You can pop in and you can speak to student services, and we can see whether somebody from learning support is available. However, it's probably best to either give us a call first or email us to make sure we've got somebody who can talk you through all of our processes and all of the support we can offer you. So thank you very much, Megan. If you've got any more questions, pop them in. And anybody else that's thinking, how does that affect me? Please pop your questions in and we will answer them. We have been getting a couple of other questions through. We've got one here that is this is a good one. I am LGBTQ+. Is there support specific for me? Alice, I think that's one for you, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you, Lizzie. So part of my job in being the Equality and Diversity Coordinator is supporting students that identify as LGBTQ+. So if you come here and you feel like you just need someone to chat to, you want to understand it a bit more, that's what I'm here for. I do a lot of one-on-one support with students, so we can talk about how that feels for you, what kind of support you'd need at college. We can help you make sure that your names and your pronouns are accurate on the system. So even if you apply with a name that maybe doesn't fit you quite anymore, come talk to me. We can get that changed so people call you what you want to be called. We also have LGBTQ+ clubs on our sites, and Orion here he runs one of ours on the D-side site. I run on the Yale site. So that's a really nice group of students that come together. It's a nice, safe space. We also are an actively pro-LGBTQ+ college. Last summer, we had the privilege of sponsoring Chester Pride, and we had a really great time in collaboration with Rona's team, who were really, really helpful and useful with that. And we actively went there, we took our students, and we had a really great time supporting that community. A lot of students that I work with will say that it's a very safe space for students that are LGBTQ+. But if you've got any questions or you just want to talk about it before you get here and understand what that looks like, please do get in touch with me. I'm hoping the email will pop up below.
That's equality and diversity @cambria.ac.uk. So thank you so much for that question. And as Alice said, we have lots and lots of opportunities here for you to really express who you are and how you identify. So please do get in touch if you'd like to know more. Or alternatively, you might want to have a look at the information that's available on our website, which is www.cambria.ac.uk. So have a look at the website. It's got lots more information for you to have to look at. And then if you've got any questions, you can email us as well. So please don't sit there wondering, oh, I wonder what that's like. Ask us, and we're happy to share that. Interestingly as well, our Facebook page, there's lots of, I think Pride, if I remember rightly, there was some wonderful social media posts about the involvement with Pride, which was a fantastic event. So things like that we do pop on our social media. Okay, so if you've just joined us, Noswaith Da, good evening and welcome to this live support services question and answer. So that's for Coleg Cambria. We are talking about all the things support this evening. Anything that you want to know around our support services, whether that's library and academic skills, whether it's student services, learner voice, well-being, Welsh language, please do pop your questions in and we will try and answer them. So we've had a couple more questions just come through. Ellen, I think this one must be for you. Do you have any resources or facilities for Welsh-speaking students?
Yes, so we have lots of Welsh resources for our Welsh speaking students. It doesn't matter what subject you choose with us. All of those resources are available bilingually, Welsh, your key vocab, all the Google Classrooms. So everything and anything is available resources wise for you in Welsh.
Brilliant. And just if a learner was interested in learning through the medium of Welsh, is that possible as well?
Yes, that certainly is possible. It's a question I get asked often because some students worry maybe their tutor is not Welsh speaking, so how would they be, taught in Welsh? But all the resources are provided bilingually. They can have, say, if they're sitting an exam, they can have a copy of the Welsh and the English paper to support them. So any of their Welsh needs are met, anything that they need, even if they need to hand in their assessments in Welsh, if they need to present their work in Welsh, if they're doing a presentation task, they can deliver everything in Welsh.
That's wonderful, Diolch, Ellen. That's really reassuring for our watchers here this evening to know. So thank you for that. So I'm just going to have a look if any questions are coming through. Lisa, hi Lisa, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us and for your question. So your question is, when do we need to advise you of a disability? Is this after the initial application stage? Well, Sean, do you want to answer that, or do you want me to answer it?
Yeah, I'll answer. It's absolutely fine. So again, there are a number of points in which you can let us know around any kind of disability. At application, there is a question on there which again would indicate if support is required for anything. And at that point, you can let us know and we will be able to get in contact with you to make sure you've got all the support you need. We have got a team of people here to provide reasonable adjustments. So what we do is make sure that we're in contact with you to discuss your need and then sort of look at the reasonable adjustments that we can put in place to support you while you're in college as well. Is there anything you want to add to that, Lizzie?
Oh yeah, thanks, Sean. And Lisa, just to reassure you, inclusion is our priority. So we will make sure that we work with you to ensure that you have everything you need to have a successful time at the college. If you wanted just to come and have a visit in the meantime before application, please do. It's about making sure that you're as comfortable as possible and have everything you need. So if you want to get in touch with us, then drop us an email as soon as you like, and we can arrange a visit. That's learning.support@cambria.ac.uk, and one of our support coordinators will arrange a visit for you, or a phone call, whatever you prefer. So please do get in touch with us. If you've got any further questions, do pop them in as well. Thank you, Lisa. I hope that answers it for you. Hi, Matt. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. And you've got a question. So your question is, hello all. Hi, Matt. Everyone. My daughter has just turned 16, but has had difficulty attending school since year 8 due to anxiety and ASD. We are focused on life skills for home learning rather than formal subjects. How would we approach starting some more formal learning with you? She doesn't have SEM. We were told it wasn't necessary for college, as you would work with her to provide suitable support. Yes, Matt, thank you. And thank you for being so open and honest. Absolutely. We have a huge amount of support, and this isn't a rarity for us. We do find that this has been a growing issue. So we do have lots of learners who have found going to school difficult over the last few years and have been school refusers. And the key is in transition, and we have lots of support around transition. So I'm going to go first of all, Sean, just to talk about the transition processes, and then on to Orion, if that's okay, around our mental health and wellbeing support.
Absolutely. Thank you, Matt. So in terms of, like Lizzie was saying there, around transition, and I was speaking before about the learner journey, we have different open events, so accessible open events throughout the year, which could be a really good opportunity to come in and discuss some key things with us if you wanted to view the space, as Lizzie was speaking about earlier. At that point of that meeting, we can go through and discuss a range of support methods. What we have as well in the college is autism mentors. So it's that key point of contact to support that transition throughout the year. So if there are any key questions that arise before starting in college or when you do get to college, then we can absolutely support you and have that point of contact to discuss any extra needs that you may have. I will pass over to Orion, but like I said, I think in terms of getting in contact with us again, please just email us and we can arrange a proper phone call to discuss more support and take it forward from there. So thank you for your question, but I'll pass over to Orion for the transition around mental health.
Hi there. Well, one of the things the college sort of offer is a designated wellbeing transition officer. So you can sort of disclose some of your personal issues and we can sort of arrange a bespoke tour to show you the spaces and the sites, introduce you to staff, just getting all around more comfortable of the new environment. You can just meet the wellbeing advisors, meet different sort of teams, just to support your wellbeing needs, really.
Thank you. So it's about, thanks, Orion, thanks, Sean. So just to reassure you, Matt, your daughter's in safe hands. We have a whole raft of people and who can be involved, but we'll make sure that we've got that wrap around, that holistic approach. So we have got the ASD mentors for that specific autism support, and they can work with your daughter when she's in college, and well, before she even starts, there can be a whole bespoke transition. And when she's in college, we will ensure that we stay in touch. We might need a sort of tapered approach so that we're building up that sort of accessing the program. But it's all very personal and very dependent on what she requires. We also do have a mental health transitions officer. She can work with yourselves to find out what your daughter's been working on, what she's been learning, and also with any health professionals to ensure that we have everything we need to be able to support her in the best possible way. The key really is in getting in touch, and I'm hoping you're thinking about next September. So this really is, a good time. So that gives us plenty of time to really put in that bespoke transition. And it might take one visit, it might take 20 visits, but we will do everything we can to ensure that she has everything she needs to feel confident to come in September. So get in touch. Sorry, Sean, go on.
I was just going to add on to just sort of resonate what you were saying then, Lizzie, but everything we do is person-centered. So it's not just a blanket approach. We would take that person-centered and bespoke approach to that transition.
And that sort of nicely leads on to another query we've had, but it's actually very relevant for your query, Matt, and that's about what are the spaces in the college? So, what's available, not just the environments, but what's available to do in those sort of down periods when they're not in classes. So, Rona, can I start with you on that one, talking about the different clubs, and then some others might want to join in around our wellbeing areas and our engaged clubs and things like that.
So just found the unmute button. Yeah, thanks. There's a variety of different things that you can do when you're at college. And as I said before, it really does stem from the students themselves. So we encourage the students to set up their own clubs and societies, and these can be hosted around various, parts of the college. And I work with all of these guys here very, very closely. So some of the clubs may be in the libraries. I think we've got things like Dungeons and Dragons going on there. We've got chess clubs, there are art clubs, there are craft clubs. And these are often just an opportunity to make friends, have a chat, and just meet new people while you're at college and just find those common interests. There are also things like, football and netball and basketball, volleyball, badminton, lots of active things like that. We have free yoga sessions. We do the spinning class. At Yale, there's a techno gym. There are outdoor spaces in Bersham Road and in Lisfassi where all the students like to play different sports. We've got, what else have we got? We've got so many things. There are prayer rooms as well and quiet spaces. And I think that sort of merges in now to Sean's field again and into Alice as well, because you host quite a few of the clubs yourselves, don't you? You look after them. So these clubs and societies are supported. So you're not just left for a free-for-all. You know, there is support and guidance there, and some resources for you as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sean?
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
yeah, thank you. I would just sort of, yeah, just kind of echoing what Rona was saying then around the quiet spaces. So we have got an engaged group, which is in a low sensory environment in the inclusion area. And we've also got a wellbeing space, which again has got low sensory lights. And we've got those on different sites as well. But we have got that to support that break from college, which can get busy at times. And sometimes we just need that space to go to relax. We've got pod chairs and egg chairs and beanbags and all sorts of things. So it's a really good low sensory space to calm and recover. Alice, I didn't know if you want to add anything else.
Yeah, from my perspective, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, I support one of the LGBTQ plus clubs. Orion supports one of the others, and we have other staff members on other sites. So that's just a safe space for LGBTQ plus learners to come together to kind of get away from everything, relate on a personal level. We also sometimes run badge making sessions in the Inclusion Centre, which are always very popular and very fun. So people always have very fun badges on their lanyards as well.
Brilliant, thank you. And just to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, Rona, but if a learner's interested in a club that we've never heard of before, or then we love that. We love being challenged. So I think, you know, we've seen some really interesting clubs popping up over the years. But if there's an interest and it's what you're interested in, and you're listening here tonight thinking, well, I didn't hear my hobby there, then you know, then that's what we want to be able to provide for you. So. That's right, isn't it, Rona?
Absolutely. We have had, we used to have Harry Potter appreciation societies. They were like really popular a few years ago. I think Dungeons and Dragons has really taken on like on a different level. And so we, again, in the different libraries, we have Dungeon and Dragon clubs and chess clubs as well, which are really popular. So all sorts. But yeah, that's a great challenge. Come and set up a club that we've never heard of. I dare you.
I always remember the archaeology club at Norfolk, which I thought I couldn't imagine who might go to that. It was one of the most popular. It was really popular, and off they went digging things up, which was wonderful. So whatever, if you're sitting here, joined us this evening, thank you for joining us. But please do, you know. Let us know what your thoughts are, what you're thinking, any questions you've got. We're all things support, and it's not just support services. You know, it's about you. It's about making sure that we represent you, that you have everything you want at college, that the experience is just brilliant from application or even before, right through to you moving on at the end of your college experience with your qualifications, with your new friends, and with a really good understanding about yourself. So thank you. Please do send us in your questions. I had one a bit earlier, which I think is quite interesting. I think it's definitely one for Emma Stedman, actually, which is about assignments. So we've got a learner who's looking to return to education, is worried about keeping up with the assignments. Is that something that your service will provide?
Yes, definitely. So you've already heard the libraries mentioned a couple of times. So yeah, our libraries are really safe, inclusive spaces for all learners. We've got lots of environments for you to work in, either independent study, quiet study, or work in small groups. And we really welcome all learners to come into the libraries and use the libraries as their space. But on the other hand as well, we are also a learning support service in some respects. You know, we support you to learn. And by doing that, we can provide you with some support for academic skills. So if it's starting right from the ground up, so some digital skills to get you going using Chromebooks and using PCs. Even if you want to bring in your own device and set up on the Wi-Fi, we can help you with that. And then we'll go right through a load of other academic skills. So things like finding information for assignments, how to use ebooks, how to use online resources, how to plan an assignment, how to take notes. We've got a really great team of people who can support you with a whole raft of those different academic skills. So we've got library spaces, we've got library resources, and we've got academic skills to support you as well.
And I have to say, I've had support from your team, and they are really helpful, not just for learners but for staff as well. And you know, there might be some people who are going to be joining the college as new staff who are joining us this evening. If you are, pop a note in, tell us who you are and what you're going to be doing with us, and or any questions you might have. So yeah, very, very helpful service. And that we've got an email address, haven't we, for your...
We have, yes, indeed. It's library@cambria.ac.uk. So any inquiries to do with sort of library support, just drop us an email on there, whether you're a learner who wants to start with us, or if you're already with us in the college and you want a bit of extra support with some of your assignments, or you're worried about keeping on top of your deadlines, you want a bit of help around time management tips, organisation tips, then my team are the ones to come to.
Absolutely. And we know how difficult it can be coming back into education after some time away. It can be quite daunting. However, we will make that process easier for you. We will support you right along the way, across the whole journey. So don't let that be a barrier to you. We're an inclusive college. That's what we aim to be. And therefore, anything that you need to make that journey and to get back in studying again, then please just get in touch.
We're here for you. One-to-one support all the way.
Absolutely. So how do they come in? What is the best way of getting in touch or finding out more about the college? Bethan, your service, you're the first port of call in all of our sites, aren't you? Would you be able to tell people just a little bit about that?
Yeah, so like you mentioned about coming in, first of all, into the college. So we've got a host of different coaches that come in from all over North Wales and also the Wirral. So if you have a look on our website, we've got a list of our bus routes. If your route isn't on there, don't worry, because you may be entitled to a public bus pass instead if you're maybe on a closer bus route. But you do need to be 3 miles from the college in order to qualify for our transport. But if you're not sure about anything, pop in or email either transport@cambria.ac.uk or student services @cambria.ac.uk. And if you're happy for me to continue,
I think it's really relevant. I think these are the things that people really think about. People worry about things like, how am I going to get there? How can I afford? What's going to happen when I do? So yeah, please carry on.
So then when you arrive in college, you'll be offered free breakfast. So we've got things like toast and a cup of tea, some fruit, water, that sort of thing for you to get set up for the day. If you are worried about money, for example, as well, we've got the educational maintenance allowance if you're 16 to 18, and the Welsh Government Learning Grant if you're over 19, as well as our financial contingency fund, which will help for things like kit, anything that's required for your course. And in terms of EMA and the Welsh Government Learning Grant, those are grants paid to you either termly or fortnightly, depending on your household income, so how much whoever you live with earns. But again, more information can be found on the website. So yeah, there's a little bit of overall there in terms of getting started in college and where you're up to, so we can bring you into college and get you home in the evening as well. And we've got a transport phone line if there are any issues with buses running late or things like that.
Brilliant. So I think the key there is to get in touch. The ideal thing is to find out everything you need to know before you start. But don't worry, because when you do start at college, we have a whole induction. So we make sure that we tell you everything once you start at college. You're not just thrown straight into the classroom without any information. We give you lots of information. You get a chance to meet these lovely people and others as well in the teams, and you get to speak to your progress coach. as well as your tutors as well. So there's lots and lots of people. We do plan that out so that it's a nice, easy journey for you, which is a nice lead on from your transport information there, Bethan. Okay, so if you have just joined us, welcome, Croso, welcome to this live support services Q&A, question and answer for Coleg Cambria. We've come along tonight, hopefully to give you some information, to answer any questions you might have, to make you feel less worried about coming into Coleg Cambria, or if you're a current student with us at the moment, hopefully just reassuring you of the masses of support that is available. So please do send us in your questions. You can do that through your YouTube or your Facebook account. Pop in your questions. However, if you don't want to ask the questions tonight, or you go home and you think when you get home, oh, I wish I'd asked that, don't worry about it, because you can either add it onto social media and we'll get back to you tomorrow, or alternatively, you can drop us a line. You can do that through, I think you can do it through the website. So you can go to the website at www.cambria.ac.uk, or you can give us a call on 0300 3030 007. That's 0300 3030 007. Please do give us a call. If you still you would like to do face-to-face, as Bethan said, do pop in and see us. It's never too early to start a transition, and especially if you have any additional needs, whether that be wanting to make sure that your Welsh language resources are in place, whether that's a well-being, an issue about well-being, whether it's because you have a protected characteristic, or maybe you have an individual development plan, education, health and social care plan, or a medical needs plan, please just do get in touch with us and we can start that transition with you and make sure we've got all that information. So pop any questions in. In the meantime, we have had a couple through another device. So, this is an interesting one, actually. I'm not sure if it's Rona on behalf of the chaplain, or Alice. But anyway, we have a learner who needs to pray throughout college times during the day. Is this possible? And that's a really important question that we've had previously. But Rona, on behalf of our lovely chaplain, would you like to be able to share about that?
With pleasure. And yeah, we do have a lovely chaplain who does a lot of bushcraft sessions. Yeah. Mm. So if you're talking about praying spaces, it can be outdoors, it can be around a fire, like literally, he takes it all very seriously, but in a really fun way. And again, it's meeting like-minded people. But in relation to the prayer spaces, on 3 of our sites now, we do have dedicated prayer spaces. And on the other sites, we have spaces that are quiet, that are private, and we're looking to improve those.
That's brilliant. Thank you, Rona. Alice, did you want to add anything to that?
Just to say, yes, we have an excellent chaplain. So anyone that needs support around religion, I'd encourage you to get in touch with him. Also, I'm here for all of those sorts of equality needs. So if there's anything coming up related to religion that you need support with, then I can equally help with that. Me and Tim, the chaplain, work really closely together. We've just set up a pagan students group. So that's really exciting. So there's loads of support for students that want to express their religion or talk about religion and spirituality here at college.
Yeah, and I know some people get a bit worried about certainly things like Ramadan, about what happens during that, because it can sometimes affect that sort of like learning experience. What support can you put in there, Alice?
So yeah, we've worked hard over the past few years to make sure that all our staff are kind of aware of what Ramadan is, when it takes place, what it means. Our chaplain arranged us a great trip to our local mosque where we got to sit down with them to break fast, and that was really amazing for us to gather that understanding. So if you are studying with us and observing Ramadan, we can make sure that your tutors really understand what that means to you. And if you feel like you need a bit of extra support during that time, then get in touch with us and we can kind of help with that.
Of course, and that's for all faiths. That's the support that we can put in place. If you do want to know more, please do drop us a line. You can either contact Alice around equality and diversity, and that's equalityanddiversity@cambria.ac.uk, or you can. Has our chaplain got a dedicated email?
chaplaincy@cambria.ac.uk.
Brilliant. So please do get in touch with us and we can talk to you more about this. Any concerns, or even if you just want to share with us what your experience is and what you would like to see in the college, please do get in touch. So that's brilliant. Keep your questions coming through. Oh, hi, Nicola. Hi, welcome. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining us, and thank you for your question. You just got accepted on a course for September 2024. Well done. Congratulations. Brilliant move. And you'll be a mature student. I got told there's no fees for the course, but where's best to go for funding advice, please? As I'm classed as a carer to my son. Well, thank you. I just want to say first and foremost, Nicola, well done. It is a big move to come back into education, but you will not regret it. I think most of us here on this call tonight have restudied as an adult. And that has been a very positive experience. So you will get a really good, you will enjoy it, I'm sure, and we will support you. However, with regards to the fees, okay, and funding advice, well, depending on what you want, I think there's a few people here, but I'm going to start probably Bethan, I think, is it?
Yes, that sounds good. In terms of there not being fees attached to the course, I'm thinking that maybe it's potentially like an access course, perhaps that there aren't fees attached to. So that would mean it's a further education course. So you'd be entitled to potentially something called Welsh Government Learning Grant. So that's a £1,500 grant. Depending on your household income. Household income has to be below 18,370 to qualify for that. It's paid termly and it's dependent on your attendance in college. So we've also got the financial contingency fund, which I mentioned before, again linked to money coming into the house. Depending on how old your son is, we could look at providing payment for nursery. Again, I think the key is come in and have a chat to us, or drop us an email if you can't get in, and we can certainly look at putting some support in place, as well as with you saying that you're a carer, because we can look at putting additional things if you needed that in place, whether that's mediating with your tutors once you start, but there's certainly plenty of support that I suppose it's difficult to say overall when everything's so personalized in what we do and the support that we give. So yeah, just pop in or drop us an email and we'll be able to talk everything through with you. But again, I suppose if it is a HE course that you're doing as well, then there's information on the website in terms of applying for a student loan and student grant in terms of household income and means tested grants. So yeah, I will pass on to somebody else who I'm sure could add to what I've just said.
Would anybody got more information for Nicola at all? No. I'm just going to say, Nicola, thank you for your question, and just to reassure you as well, we are very aware about the challenges when you are a carer, when you do have those additional sort of responsibilities, and so we will work with you, and we will work as Bethan said, we can work with you and your tutors to make sure that you're able to find that balance, because it can be difficult, but we're here to support you along the way with that as well. So, you know, just be reassured and get in touch, I think is the key. Okay. Please, any more questions? Just pop them in. Nicola, if we didn't quite answer it enough for you or anything like that, please pop in another question, or do get in touch, as Bethan said, into our student services. Sorry, could you hear me now? Sorry about that. Yeah, don't worry if you aren't able to ask your question this evening, don't worry, because you can get in touch with us. And I'm going to put myself on a limb and say we will get back in touch with you tomorrow in the vast majority of cases. If you want to send us a query later on social media, we will try and get back to you tomorrow, because we know how important it is to reassure you at this point. Okay, so, here's an interesting question that's come through. Does the college have any software to help me with my learning? So I'm not sure whether that's a bit Sean and maybe a bit Emma, but can I start with Sean, just on anything that's adaptable?
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you for the question. So the college essentially use a program called Read and Write, and what that does is allows the computer to have playback function, so you can have speech to text and text to speech, but it does a lot more than just that. So it would be supporting you with your organization, with your planning, when you're getting your thoughts out onto paper and things like that too. So there's loads and loads of things that can support you with. So there's an AI program built into that. We recommend other things, so other extensions and different apps and things as well when you are in college to support you with your learning. But in terms of accessibility tools, it's fantastic, and it's available to all learners, and it's attached to your Google account. So even when you're not physically in college and you're at home doing the work, that will still be linked to a computer or a login if you do log in on your account, your college account, and you can use that at home as well. So that's a really, really fantastic bit of software, and I'd recommend that when everyone does get to college to have a go and play around with some of the software which we have available. Emma, I'll hand over to you as well. I don't know, in terms of resources and electronic resources, it could be a good one.
Yeah, just all I can say really is Read Write is a fantastic tool, and that's available on any Chrome device. We are a Google college, so we've got PCs, so when you're logged into Chrome, you'll have access to Read Write, and you'll also get it on Chromebooks that are available for you to use either in your classroom, in the libraries, or even to loan to take home. So we've got software like that, and then you'll find that all the work that you do is generally done via Google. So you'll use Google Docs, Google Classroom, Google Drive. So all of these skills that you'll be learning as you go, the library teams can support you with, and they can help you with using Read Write as well.
That's brilliant. Thank you. So, sorry, I'm not sure if you mentioned, but if people are concerned about the cost of equipment, you did mention there, didn't you, about we can loan equipment, and that's the same, I think, for the inclusion service as well. We do have specialist equipment that we will loan out. So please don't worry about that. And if finances are a difficulty for you, or if you're concerned about it, then as Bethan said, student services can really help with that advice, information and guidance around financial, all things money matters, really.
I'll just add to that as well, if that's okay, Lizzie, just to say that we provide such a wide range of books and online resource material and ebooks for you to access. Our ebooks are accessible from home or when you're on site, basically 24/7. So we always do everything we can to make sure that that is available for you. You can use the financial contingency fund that Bethan mentioned earlier to request books as well. So if you're doing your A-levels, your core textbooks are available via the financial contingency fund that we would supply for you via the library teams.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And I think I haven't got any more questions coming through. Hopefully, we've answered the questions that you've got currently. But as we've said right throughout this evening, we're the support services, and that's what we're here to help with your journey and getting you into college, and most importantly, making sure that you enjoy it and have everything you need. So as we've said right throughout, please do get in touch with us. And just as a quick reminder, the best ways to find out more is perhaps start with our website, and then you've got all the links to all the relevant emails in there. So that's www.cambria.ac.uk. So if you're not comfortable with the website, then give us a call on 0300 3030 007. So as there's no more questions, I'm going to draw this live Q&A event to a close. But before I do, any last words from any of our panel, who I have to say you have been brilliant, all of you, really helpful. But if there's any last thoughts you've got or anything you feel that you'd like to mention, I'll just ask you to add that. Emma, anything from your area?
No, just to say we're looking forward to welcoming you if you do decide to come to the college, and we're looking forward to working with you and supporting you on your journey.
Thank you, diolch, Emma. Sean?
Yeah, just looking forward to welcoming you. As a college, we pride ourselves on our inclusive practice, our person-centred practice, and we take a strength-based approach to neurodiversity and really embrace neurodiversity in the college. So yeah, I look forward to meeting you and hopefully see you soon.
Diolch, thank you, Sean. Ellen?
Yeah, just wanted to say socially as well, we've got different Welsh Society clubs on each site for you to not just learn Welsh, but obviously to socialise, because that's so important to socialise in Welsh. And like everybody else has said, you know, we're looking forward to welcome you. You know, we're very supportive of all different needs, and, you know, any queries, all the information is on the website, or please do get in touch with any questions and we'll answer them as soon as possible. Diolch.
Diolch yn fawr. Thank you, Ellen. That's lovely. Rona, last words from you?
Yeah, exactly the same. But come and see us. Come and join us at one of our open events. I think the next ones are in March, are they? Not too sure of the dates, but have a look on the website and come and meet us in person. It would be great. Great to meet you.
Thank you, diolch, Rona. Bethan, over to you.
Yeah, I think everybody said everything. Yeah, just looking forward to welcoming you when you start. And if you've got any queries at all, we're open through the holidays, through the summer. So you've got plenty of time to come in, familiarise yourself with any of the colleges and just get to know certainly the support teams. So yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you. And thanks for your input this evening, Bethan. Orion, over to you.
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone for their time, really. I think it's quite evident how important we sort of are learner focused, really. And we just want to empower you just to get involved more and take control and welcome you to the college.
Beautiful. That's lovely. Well said. Thank you, Orion. And finally, Alice, left you to the end. What's your last words?
Oh no, that's so much pressure. Yeah, just to say, as everyone said, we're really excited to welcome you. Just to remind you that if you're worried about anything to do with your identity, know that you're not alone. I'm here to support you with it. So please do reach out. Thanks.
Thank you very much. And it's a thank you very much as well from me. As everybody has said, we're here to support you and to welcome you. Please do take good care of yourselves and look after yourselves and get in touch as soon as possible. And if you're sitting on the edge thinking, is college for me? I'm not sure. I don't think you'll regret it. Just give it a go. Come in, have a chat. And thank you for joining us this evening. Please don't be a stranger. Stay in touch. And nos da, everybody. Thank you.